Hi, folks. Welcome to a pick a card reading for what your ancestors want you to know now. Each deck, I'll give a 6-card reading. Do you choose the Green Witch Tarot with Rose Quartz? Do you choose the Star Trek Tarot with Clear Quartz? Do you choose Rider-Waite Smith with this combo of amethyst and agate? Or do you choose the Dragon Tarot with Euphorite? Timestamps will be in the description box. I'll see you each in your readings. If you chose the Green Witch Tarot with Rose Quartz, this is your reading. So we have the nature and the battle wagon paired. I feel like you're facing a choice between two opposing forces. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a bear looking over the shoulder of a man who's setting a bear trap. And in the background, you have some, looks like fawns, satyrs. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but they're beckoning the bear to come play with them instead of move forward into the trap. I think you're resisting a choice that seems quote unquote out there. You have friends and family maybe judging you for not taking the road they want you to choose, and it feels like a heavy pressure on you. With the battle wagon, if you can see, the warrior is controlling the horses not with reins but with his personal power. It's showing that you have the choice. You have to trust yourself. And also, you are the one who knows the facts of your situation. The choice you make, shown by the Six of Pentacles and the Green Man, could lead to more cash, a bonus, or promotion. But if you look at the card, Six of Pentacles, you'll see that one of the people seeking charity has dice behind his back, and the other one, they look a little more worthy of receiving charity. I feel like maybe you feel you're not worthy. That's part of you judging yourself. But the Six of Pence paired with the Green Man show that you are worthy. You're worthy of the cycle of abundance the Green Man shows. I keep hearing the song "Should I Stay or Should I Go" by The Clash. It's that deep of a decision, at least in your mind, that you have to choose one or the other. With the Eight of Chalices and the Six of Chalices, if you'll notice that all characters are turned away from the chalices, you've already made the choice in your mind. You're ready to turn around and take a new path. Your ancestors are supporting you in this. The Eight of Chalices, it looks like you might be stopping for a moment to ponder it, but you really have made the choice. And the Six of Chalices, it shows you're well on your way. You've made the decision to go. For your oracle cards, you've drawn honor and good luck. The choice you make is blessed. You're not dishonoring yourself or your ancestors. Since you were attracted to rose quartz, I chose a self-care card today. And that is, I am resilient and can overcome any challenge. That's the message your ancestors guided you to today. I hope that helps, folks. Thank you for visiting my channel. If you chose the Star Trek Tarot with the clear quartz, this is your reading. So with the Star Trek deck, I have seen all of the episodes depicted on each of the cards, but I'll be transparent with you and let you know I did have to consult the guide to fully remember them because it's been a while. So here we go. The first card, you have the Page of Rods, keyword zeal. In the episode Charlie X, Charlie was a young man who appeared nice on the surface, but turned out to be a deadly narcissistic troublemaker when he didn't get his way. Since this card is upright, though, I'm reading his main positive aspect as having a spirit of adventure and love of meeting new people. However, zeal is paired with the Four of Cups. Its opposite, keyword apathy. So in that episode, the crew comes across a mad scientist on a penal colony claiming that a treatment device he uses helps calm agitated inmates, but he really uses it to empty their minds of thought and memory. So right now, I'm not a therapist, and this is not meant to diagnose, but the words bipolar and depression are coming through as your current struggles with these cards opening up the reading. With the Three of Blades, that corresponds with the Rider-Waite-Smith Three of Swords piercing a heart. In the episode That Which Survives, the Enterprise comes across a common theme in the show, that of a device created sometimes millions of years in the past to defend the planet against attack. But the device in this case, a projected image of a woman you see on the card, is killing nearly everything she touches. So she's taking her reaction to this keyword sorrow to an extreme. And that card is paired with strength. And I wish they didn't put this character on the card, but I can sort of see it. Her name is Nona, and her character in the show was very hungry for power. But also, as I'm reading it upright, I'm reading her positive attribute of being an ancestral shamanic healer. I feel that you're being asked to call on your ancestors and consider both traditional and complementary healing methods to overcome the grief or depression you're experiencing. Again, I'm not a therapist. This reading is for entertainment purposes only. So next we have the outcome, the 9 of coins and the 5 of coins, two opposites again. The 9 of coins depicts the episode A Piece of the Action. Kirk once again chooses to violate the Prime Directive, which prohibits interfering in a planet's culture and advancement, in order to correct an inadvertent mistake committed by other Federation visitors 100 years earlier. He pretends to be the top boss, quote unquote, and the situation is resolved. In the 5 of coins, the Corbomite maneuver, keyword insecurity. In this episode, an alien, as you can see on the card, isn't as fearsome as he appears. He's actually a small child with the intellect of a genius human. So again, with this, the phrase fake it till you make it comes to mind with this pair. I know that sounds like a negative, but both of these episodes, the 9 of coins and 5 of coins, include situations where a bluff is being used. Kirk lies about a substance called Corbomite to get the Enterprise out of a tricky situation. The bluff works, and the alien and the crew end up on good terms. I feel like you need to bluff yourself. I know that the tough love approach isn't popular, but the cards are showing you to acknowledge your own situation without wallowing in it. Even if you go by the 1 day at a time or even 1 hour at a time rule, you can emulate Kirk as the big boss of that moment. It's interesting that we have 3 sets of opposites pairing. I felt earlier in the reading, desperately seeking balance was a phrase that was coming to mind. You have the power to do this, even if it's one baby step at a time. The oracle cards with this reading are the minstrel. Let your intention be known. I'm getting that that's indicating it's time to ask for help. It may be time, either spiritually, medically, or psychologically, or in a combination of ways. Again, not a diagnosis. And the money card you drew, I drew the money card because of the coins in your reading. That is, I am open to fast and unexpected sources of income. That's the message your ancestors guided you to today. I hope that helps, folks. Thank you for visiting my channel. If you chose the Rider-Waite-Smith deck with the amethyst and agate combo, this is your reading. So with the Devil and Nine of Swords combo, there's definitely a sense of emotional or physical entrapment and a feeling of despair or grief or even depression. I feel like for some of you, addiction is involved and maybe a feeling of, here we go again, or why can't I stop doing this? It's not necessarily substances. Of course, that could be what it is for some of you, but also it could be a bad person or a person that's just bad for you and one that you keep returning to over and over again. You know that you shouldn't let them treat you that way, but there's almost an addictive response to this person. And then with the Hangman and the Star combination, you've had or you're about to have an aha moment in regards to how to release yourself from the bondage of the entrapment in whatever way that's manifesting for you, whether it's that person or substances or something else. The aha moment, it may be something completely new to you, but I sense for some of you it's just an avenue you've known about, but you haven't explored previously. Possibly a support group you heard about and thought, yeah, I'll get around to that. And now you realize I really should get around to that. It's interesting with these readings, seeking help has been a similar message, especially to reading number 2. I feel like autumn is the beginning of a time of reflection or a hibernation for people, and maybe that's the energy that's coming through right now. But this time is also, for you, illuminated by the star. You're not taking on this new path, this new aha, or this new healing in total darkness. It's being lit for you. With the Eight of Pentacles and Three of Wands combo, excuse me, the Eight of Pentacles shows the hard work that'll be involved in healing and breaking free of these metaphorical chains, if you will, that bind. But you see that the worker who's working on the pentacles, he's already completed 6 of them. He's working on one and has one more to go. So I hope you go into this healing knowing that you're most likely further along than you realize. The Three of Wands shows help is on the way, even while you're doing your own work. Since you were drawn to an ancestor reading, I'd ask that you consider those as your first source of help, but also this help could be in any form. I'm sensing for some of you it may be the support of a pet, a service dog, or something else. But this could be in the form of the next door neighbor, something you find online, when you're out and about. But I definitely sense help is on the way, and that and your hard work are moving you forward. So, with that, your oracle cards, you drew the chalice today, which is rejuvenation and fulfillment, which really goes in line with the last two cards, especially. I'm not sure it was why I chose the money affirmation for this, but I was really drawn to a money affirmation with this reading. And that is, I attract financial prosperity with ease and grace. That's the message your ancestors guided you to today. I hope that helps, folks. Thank you for visiting my channel. If you chose the Uberite Stone and Dragon Tarot, this is your reading. With the Nine of Swords paired with the Temperance card, you're struggling with bringing yourself back to your center. The Nine of Swords has come up in other readings within this ancestor reading, and I picked up that it was about depression or despair, but I don't feel that here. I feel that moderation or patience is needed, but you're just not feeling it. You're sort of a blah about it. You want what you want right now, and we all want that, but it feels like you're swimming against a tide right now, even if it's a tide you've created yourself. With the Hierophant card and the Nine of Coins, I feel like this reading in particular is for people in some type of testing situation, like school or a work performance review. The first set of cards shows your insecurity, but the Hierophant and Nine of Coins show that your peers and teachers or your supervisors don't think you're the loser that you think you are. You're being asked to be gentle with yourself and understand that you aren't expected to know all the things right at this moment. With the Four of Cups and the Lovers, with earlier cards like the Nine of Swords especially, you're feeling isolated and alone. But these two cards, the Four of Cups and Lovers, are telling you, don't ignore a helping hand. It may lead to a more intense or helpful relationship than you suspect. Excuse me. The Four of Cups, if you recall from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, is the one where a person isn't paying attention to three cups on the ground in front of him, and he's completely ignoring a cup being handed to him from a hand out of the sky. In the Dragon deck, it's clearly dark, but there's a full moon, and the dragons on the ground should clearly be able to see the dragon in the sky coming down to greet them. The Lover's card shows two dragons in an embrace with the yin-yang symbol above them. Maybe a key to getting out of the rut you're in is reciprocity. Give something to get something. I don't mean to be a mercenary or a doormat. I think this is also where the temperance card comes in and the moderation of that card. Maybe an opportunity to volunteer on a one-time project will yield results beyond what you see right now. Yeah, I don't feel like it would be a huge effort. This is not going to be a big rut to get yourself out of. There's a contact that you haven't taken advantage of or you haven't considered earlier that will show its face soon and will help you get out of this rut. But you do need to accept the help when it's offered. So the oracles for this reading, your first one is the talisman. You are destined to succeed. I don't know why I was drawn to get a self-care card for you, but I really was. And that card is bubble bath time with candles and incense. I think that just shows maybe a change of attitude is needed here. It's not a deep, dark secret or a deep, dark psychological problem. Again, this reading's for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a therapist. That's the message your ancestors guided you to today. I hope that helps, folks. Thank you for visiting my channel.